Good morning and welcome. The topic for this video is going to be ICE, Immigration and Customs Enforcement, making arrests at court, and the state of New York wanting to keep ICE agents out of court so they can't arrest those who are here illegally at court. So this particular incident happened in the beginning of May, April 3rd, in Middletown, New York. And there is plainclothes ICE agents that showed up at City Hall, and they tried to arrest someone that was here illegally, and he had an administrative immigration warrant. So the guy was in city court, according to the article. It was on an unrelated matter. The mayor of Middletown, Joe DeStefano, stated it was a ticket. So the agents show up. They try to make the arrest. The guy gets away. There was a scuffle. Police were called. So let me just read the article quick. Plainclothes ICE agents showed up unannounced Wednesday morning at Middletown's City Hall and tried to grab a local man wanted on an administrative immigration warrant, leading to an altercation and triggering a call to police. The man, who was in city court on an unrelated matter characterized by Mayor Joe DeStefano as a ticket, ultimately escaped. The agent's actions were not connected to Middletown's municipal ID program. City officials stressed. DeStefano said the agent showed up just after 10:15 a.m. Police said the Immigration and Customs Enforcement agents had an administrative warrant for the man and had learned he was due to appear in city court. Administrative warrants authorize ICE to take into custody a person who they allege is in the U.S. illegally. Police said the agents found the man in the Common Council chambers on the second floor of City Hall, which doubles as a courtroom, and tried to take him into custody. The man fought them off and fled, but agents engaged him in an altercation on the first floor, leading employees to call police. The man again broke free and ran from City Hall. Police said they got the call reported as a disturbance at 10:24 a.m. Officers found 3 ICE agents standing outside City Hall. It was at that point that the ICE agents identified themselves and explained what they were trying to do. Police said by that point the man had fled. And no time before that did ICE contact anyone in the city police, or the courts to alert them to the investigation. Nor did ICE ask for any help from the city, DeStefano said. They're not stormtroopers coming in to save the day by detaining an individual who might have had a traffic infraction, DeStefano said. DeStefano pointed out that the plainclothes agents created a situation that could have easily turned violent over an administrative detainer. The potential is particularly galling in Middletown, where just 6 years ago a disturbed man armed with a shotgun ran into City Hall through the courthouse and opened fire at the doorway leading to the court. DeStefano said he's reached out to State Senator Jen Metzger and Representative Sean Patrick Maloney, as well as the New York Civil Liberties Union, No One Leaves Mid-Hudson, and the Interfaith Council. DeStefano urged residents to contact U.S. Senators Chuck Schumer and Kirsten Gillibrand to voice their concerns. The city and police department have worked hard to build trust with the immigrant community so that people can feel safe coming to City Hall, whether they're documented or not, DeStefano said. People who are undocumented need to be able to go to police when they are victimized or witness a crime. DeStefano said it's probably a coincidence that ICE showed up on one of the 2 days per week the city was giving out municipal IDs. DeStefano said the city will now give out IDs during all regular business hours. The city has issued about 540 IDs since the program started 3 weeks ago. Had there been a criminal warrant, DeStefano said the story might be different, but ICE's action on Wednesday hurt the relationship the city has worked so hard to build with the undocumented immigrant community. They have a job. I understand this stuff, and I said I disagree with how they did it. The time and place was a very poor judgment. Okay, so in other words, the mayor of Middletown is pissed off that ICE showed up at the court to arrest someone who was here illegally. And I particularly like at no time before that did ICE contact anyone in the city police, or the courts to alert them to the investigation, nor did ICE ask for any help from the city. Probably because they wouldn't have gotten it anyway. I mean, how many cases has there been nationwide where there's a detainer, ICE puts out a detainer on someone who's here illegally, the county jail, the person who's here illegally is in a county jail. Okay, the county jail refuses to comply with that detainer and then releases the person who's here illegally. So, if they're not, and obviously Middletown is an illegal friendly city. If the Middletown isn't going to work with ICE, why would ICE contact them? And probably if they had, then I would not doubt that they would have done whatever they could to help the person who was here illegally escape. We've seen that before. Okay, so now let's see. Now there's all this outrage now over this. Okay, you've got this group down there. It's called Nobody Leaves Mid-Hudson, and several other politicians. Now they're backing a state bill that would prevent ICE from being able to make an arrest, would arrest anybody going to court, at court, or returning from court. Okay. So, this article here, you see Middletown Common Council backs act keeping ICE officers out of courts. Okay. Middletown Common Council passed a resolution to support the Protect Our Courts Act. The Protect Our Courts Act is the New York State bill. Of course, can't be reached. So this is the official New York State bill. It's called the Protect Our Court Act. It says it exempts certain interested parties or people from civil arrest while going to, remaining at, or returning from the place of such court proceeding. So if you want to go look this up, you can go right to the New York State Assembly website. There's the bill number A11013, and you can look at all of the details there. I do know that Kevin Cahill see if I can find it quick. So Kevin Cahill is a Democrat out of Kingston, New York. Let's see. New York State Assemblyman Kevin Cahill says courts should not be traps where immigrant enforcement officers ensnare unsuspecting people. You're here illegally. They should be able to be arrested wherever. Right? Cahill D. Kingston, the co-sponsor of a state legislation called the Protect Our Courts Act, which would bar U.S. immigration and customs enforcement officers from arresting an undocumented immigrant either inside or on the way to or from a court unless they have a warrant from a federal judge to do so. Our courts are to administer justice in our communities. Exactly, justice in your communities. So wouldn't that be arresting someone who's here illegally? They are not traps. Correction, they are not traps to ensnare unsuspecting people who are either engaging in a civic duty or seeking redress. Cahill is sponsoring the bill with Assemblyman Jonathan Jackson, Democrat, Newburgh. And the immigrants' rights group Nobody Leaves Mid-Hudson is urging local governments to pass resolutions supporting the act. This act will mean that every immigrant New Yorker can go to the courts without the same fear of being taken by ICE, said Ignacio Alfredo, a lead organizer for Nobody Leaves Mid-Hudson. And we need our local governments to step up support. The Poughkeepsie Common Council unanimously passed a resolution in support of the Protect Our Courts Act. So I'll post all the links. You can go check them out if you want, and see the insanity that's going on. So none of my links want to work today. So this is basically it. This is basically this happened in Middletown, pissed them all off. Now they want this act to, not allow U.S. Customs Enforcement to go in and make an arrest when someone who is here illegally goes to court for whatever it may be. My opinion, they're here illegally. They should be arrested. Okay. Now, the next thing my question I have is, okay, the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE, is a law enforcement agency of the federal government of the United States. Okay? They are a federal law enforcement agency. How is the state of New York going to say, you can't come in our courts and arrest people who are here illegally? That's a big problem. But then, how can you, your courthouse, okay, your politicians, your law enforcement, you're supposed to, serve and protect the people. Okay, you're supposed to do your job and enforce the laws, and they're not. So this also brings me to another article that I found in Massachusetts about a Massachusetts judge. Okay. Newton District Court Judge Shelley M. Richmond Joseph appeared in U.S. District Court in Boston, where she was arraigned on obstruction of justice stemming from an incident that allegedly took place on April 2nd, 2018. So, the claim is that the judge, along with her court officer, Wesley McGregor, helped an illegal immigrant, Jose Medina Perez, who's been deported before, okay, and he has a fugitive warrant for drunk driving in Pennsylvania. They snuck him out of a back door after he appeared in court to be arraigned on drug charges. So authorities allege that Joseph asked an immigration agent who was in the courtroom to leave and said Medina Perez would be released into the courthouse lobby. But after the hearing, McGregor led him downstairs to the lockup and out a back door. So Medina Perez, who'd been barred from entering the U.S. until 2027 was caught by immigration officials about a month after the hearing, and he's now in immigration proceedings. Okay. So the judge and the court officer were both charged with obstruction, aiding and abetting, obstruction of a federal proceeding, aiding and abetting, and conspiracy to obstruct justice. The court officer was also charged with perjury before a federal grand jury because the moron lied and said that he didn't talk to the immigration agent, didn't know why he was there. Well, it came out that he talked to them directly and said, "Oh, go wait out in the other room. We'll let him out to you when we're done," and instead let him out the back door. So there's no court date for their next. This might be old, but still, I'd have to look more into what happened to these two. But you get the point. Okay, this kind of thing is going on all over. Okay, and you're a judge. How can you? You can't do this. You're going to obstruct the federal government from enforcing their laws. You can't do that. Okay. But once again, Democrats, they have problems following the laws. They don't think the laws apply to them, which is nothing new at all. And they think they should just be able to do whatever they want. So this is all I have for the moment. Like I said, I'll post the links. Please go check them out. Go read. Go do research for yourself. Read for yourself. Think for yourself. Don't be like some people that I know and rely solely on CNN. They rely on CNN to tell them everything. Don't be like that. Educate yourself. Don't take my word for it. I just show you what's in the news. Go check it out for yourself. All right. Please do me a favor. Like this video, comment, subscribe to my channel. I have a lot of other videos I want to make, a lot of other things that I want to do. Hopefully I can post videos pretty regularly. So subscribe to my channel and stay tuned for more good things to come. All right. Have a great day, and I will see you next time.